So hi guys, just messing around in the studio at the moment. Got the A7R4, the 90mm macro, Rotolight EOS lighting an old towel. Got Rotolight Neo 2 here. Basically it's got a setup like so, and on camera you can see it like that, but obviously at the moment the exposure is completely wrong. Something like that. But I've diffused it from above the light using a reflector, obviously with the reflector part removed, just our diffuser panel. And let's see what we get. A little bit of messing around and a little bit of experimentation to get the right angles and make it look right, but it should look quite cool. So as you can see here, just messing around with the lighting really. So this one, there's no lighting on the acorn at all, which I actually quite like. There's a little bit of backlighting coming from the EOS at the back and coming through the other leaf there, which gives it a nice little golden colour. A little bit of light on the leaf to the right. Plenty of detail, but yeah, just it's kind of cool. It's up to you really, whatever you think. Obviously me creating these shots has a different view to other people, so let me know what you think. All shot at ISO 100 and around about f8, so I did tweak it up and down a little bit, and then utilising the Rotolight EOS on the back to start with. As you can see here, it's shining off the towel in the distance and backlighting the leaves slightly. And then I used the Rotolight Neo 2 with an extra diffuser just to soften the reflection off that acorn. It's so shiny, I couldn't believe it, how shiny it is as a seed. So that works quite nicely, quite like that as well. As you can see, even at f8, I'm quite close to it, but even at f8, your shallow depth of field is actually, you know, it's quite shallow compared to what you might expect. This shot here, as you can see, I've rotated the EOS round now, so you've got some light coming from the left-hand side, but it's way overexposed. So that reflection there is harsh, doesn't look right. Then you've also got a little bit of light coming from above, shooting down, and you can see a little bit of reflection on the top part of the acorn there. But yeah, it's still working. As you can see the depth there, but I've come even closer now. It's actually dropped off, and actually I've actually dropped this down to f6.3 as well, so just to see what the difference was. And then, you know, the experimentation, that's the way, you know, it's the way forward. Back in the old days of film, we used to try things, and obviously then we would, obviously once you develop the images and stuff, you actually used to get to see them, but you know if you've messed up or not. This is here, just to give an example, is an image from the iPhone 11 Pro. So very good phone camera, but very difficult actually in these sort of conditions to actually get the focus points right. So as you can see, it's focused on the leaf quite happily, but I wanted it on the acorn, but I couldn't get it to do it. I was really struggling. I was using the 2x camera to try and narrow the angle down a little bit more like the 90mm macro can, just to kind of give a real term you know, comparison. But yeah, it struggled big time. I mean, it's very good phone camera in normal conditions. As you can see here, I actually ended up using the Rotolight EOS as a light panel. So I put the leaves on the light panel, obviously completely overexposed in this shot, but as you can see here on my final shot here, backlighting coming up through the leaves looks really nice. This is the favourite shot, and it's the last shot I took. Shot at f8 and ISO 100, looking around about half a second exposure, and as you can see, a little bit of a soft reflection. That's because I've diffused the light nicely through that panel, which is actually a reflector, one of those L5 5-in-1 reflectors, and you just take the cover off, and you end up with a translucent panel that you can actually shine light through, which is really good, which obviously gives you a bigger light source, which softens down your reflections, which is really good. So other than all of these shots here, other than turning up a little bit of vibrance on some of the oranges and yellows just to bring a little bit more colour out, other than that they're completely unedited. No brightness changes, no nothing. I just left it as was, because you can get it right in the camera pretty much straight away, which is great. So let me know what you think below. Just a little bit of experimentation. I had 10 minutes while my dinner was cooking, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and the little notification bell as well. And like I say, please comment below if you've got any ideas or you want any assistance with anything like A7R4, A7R3, A7R2, pretty much any Sony camera really. Obviously you can do this with the RX10 Mark IV very easily. Very very capable camera, obviously, like everything else. So just mess around, experiment. The nights have drawn in very early now, so you know, if you can do a little bit of photography at home, at home, and you don't need expensive kit like the rotor lights or any other flashes necessarily. You just need a couple of home lamps, so you can actually utilize that. If you haven't got a diffuser, you can make some out of like baking paper. If you've got a white clear silicone paper, you can utilize that, you know, hang it up in front of the lights and everything, and that gives you a diffusion panel as well. So anyway guys, that's it really. I shall see you soon, and don't forget to comment below. Make sure you like the video as well if you wouldn't mind, and I shall see you soon.